This hangout is now live, it says.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Wait, is it live?
Yo, it's live.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine is now loading. Is chat going?
Yeah, it's going.
Okay, mine. Oh, there it is. Okay, mine was frozen for a little bit.
Hey, everyone.
All right. Hi, everybody.
A little delayed.
Little delayed. So how you doing, Brian?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. People are pouring in. This is good. This is good. Hi, everyone. Oh, hey, McLavin. All right. So before we start, I kind of just want 2 minutes, if that's okay, because I have like a little speech, if that's all right, Brian.
Yeah, it's your channel, man. You do what you want.
Awesome. All right. So I want to kind of start this by saying, Brian, I kind of hate you. And I mean that in the kindest way possible. Let me explain. So before you came along, right, I was happy. My viewers were happy. I was happy. I was in my little safe bubble. Nobody pressured me to be public. It's all perfect. Then comes Mr. Brian Christopher, this beautiful face that you're looking at. And I started to hear rumblings from people, right? Hey, have you heard about this new guy? He's growing so fast. And I'd look and I'd be like, yeah, good for him, but it's only 10,000 subscribers. I'd be like, yeah, good for him, but it's only 20,000 subscribers. Then he got to 30. And I was like, this guy's doing something right. But then you got to 40. And if I'm being totally honest with you, Brian, I was a little jealous. You did in a year and a half what took me 4 years. So I was definitely feeling jealousy. And so while I'm dealing with all that, all of a sudden, every comment on every video was like, hey, when are you going to do live videos? When are you going to show your face? You know, when are you going to like, and so when I'm trying to deal with like this jealousy of this guy who's caught up to me and is, you know, by all metrics about to pass me, I'm kind of now having to deal with everybody pressuring me to go live and be social, something I'm not comfortable with. So like any other crossroad in life, you know, YouTube's no different. I kind of had to take a step back and look at everything without my ego, right? I had to look at it objectively. And honestly, what I saw was a dude that was hustling, right? 7 videos a week, giving out gifts, group pulls every 2 weeks, like putting himself out there. The dude was hustling. So looking at it objectively, you know, I got to see you for what you were, like what you were doing. And I had to make a decision, right? Do I stay in my comfort zone where I'm happy and comfortable? Or do I fight to stay relevant and stay competitive? It was honestly like I had to make that decision. So kind of before we start this whole rambling speech, what I'm getting at is kind of what started as like dismissal and jealousy. It's really turned into admiration, Brian. Like you are a big reason why SlotCon exists. You're a big reason why I'm making a lot of all these changes. You know, you've kind of lit a fire under my butt like never before. And I'm thankful for that, truly. So, and having dealt with all these emotions and kind of these changes that I'm making, I wanted to start this by saying congratulations on all your success, dude. It's well deserved. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Thank you.
Sorry, I had to get it off my chest. I was like, you know, like, because you're a big reason why I'm making all these changes. And, you know, part of me hates you for it because I do have all these social anxiety issues and all that I have to get over. But part of me appreciates it because up until now, I haven't been forced to do that, right? I got to stay in my bubble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like I told you, like you and I just started chatting like a couple weeks ago, really. We had one phone conversation, right, where we chatted for like over 2 hours. We talked for like 2 hours on the phone.
It was almost 3, yeah.
Yeah, like, and obviously, it kind of makes sense because you and I really don't shut up on our channels. We just yap.
No, we don't.
But like I told you then, like, if I started my channel back when you started your channel, there's no way I would have had the same growth that I did right now. And the only reason I did was because of channels like yours and Diana's and SD and Brent and Slot Traveler, and I can go on and on. It's because of you guys, because you are the ones who created the subscribers, not me. You know, you guys, like if I, like I said, if I just jumped right in, there really wasn't a market for it. There was no one watching it. No one knew it existed.
Right.
And so I probably just came at an opportune time, I guess. I mean, I didn't even know that slot channels existed a year and a half ago. I had no clue that was a thing.
Right.
And it's because of you guys for getting that word out there that it is a thing. So I thank you for making it a thing.
Awesome. Awesome. So what are you playing lately? What do you what's your favorite game right now?
I have a couple of new games that I like. I've never really been a huge quick hit fan, but there is this new one that is just blowing my mind. What is it called? It's the one where there's, I call them curtains that go up.
Curtains?
What's it called?
Is it the one with the 3 progressives on top and the stars that go up to the progressives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not stars.
No? Okay, maybe not.
No, it's a quick hit game.
Oh, okay.
Someone's gonna say it right now, I'm sure. I should have researched the name of it beforehand. I couldn't remember. But this one, for whatever reason, whether they've made it like extra loose for the beginning or not, I don't know. But like, I keep winning on it, and people are hitting progressives. I haven't gotten any of the progressives, but
really?
People are hitting progressives on it like mad. It's just there it is. Yeah, thank you guys. Quick Hit Ultra Pays. Thank you, man. I'm pumped. And I love that one. Thanks, Albert. It's so much fun. So that's one of my new favorite ones for sure. And one of my new favorite ones, well, it's my favorite in the fact that it's like got nostalgic reasons as Simpsons, but I have yet to like really get a good hit on it.
You're still waiting for your Simpsons HANDPAY, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be waiting a long time, I'm afraid. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you played the new 8 Pedals?
Yeah, Diana and I actually played it the weekend it came out. We played it together, and we both did really well in it. And then she played it later with someone else, I forget, and has done really well. I haven't seen it since that time. I've only seen it at the Cosmo in Vegas. I haven't seen it anywhere else yet. But I look forward to playing it again for sure.
I actually love it. I sent Gimme Games and those are the people that made it, by the way, for those.
Okay.
Watching. Gimme Games has designed it. They're a studio that is a subsidiary, I think, of Aristocrat. Yeah. So Aristocrat kind of puts out the machines, but they design the games. At least some of them, like Sharknado, they've done. 8 Pedals, they've done, of course. Mighty Cash Zorro is theirs. So I sent them an email after I played it, and I was like, "Hey, you guys are getting really good at these low volatility games." Like and I specifically said to them, the difference between Skyrider and 8 Pedals is night and day. So I feel
definitely very different.
Like that studio in particular is starting to really learn how to do low volatility well. Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't do it well.
If you read the chats, like I was watching Slot Traveler's live stream a couple of days ago when he was in the casino, and he asked people what games do you want me to play right now. 8 Pedals was like every other answer. People love that machine now. Yeah,
it's the new hotness right now.
It is. It's pretty cool.
And it's because it has so much going on, right? It's got a wheel. It's got, reels that expand. It's got random wilds. It's got even got mystery credits that pop up in a nice way.
Lots of features.
Has a lot of features.
Yeah, because features are fun. Like, I don't know if it was someone was talking about it recently. The Uncle Vinny,
My Cousin Vinny. Really? An actor doesn't know My Cousin Vinny? Come on, sir.
Dude, that came out when I was like 5. But
oh God, now I feel old.
My Cousin Vinny.
I feel old on top of everything now, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah. Like that one, I don't think it has any features. Maybe it has 1 or 2, but it had the bonus. It's just not enjoyable. There's nothing going on in it. Whereas 8 Pedals, it's like things happen like all the time. It's pretty fun.
All the time. And yeah, My Cousin Vinny, that was the example I was going to give as a stark contrast. Is so boring. It's got a wheel and that's it. And all the wheel does is give you credits. No free spins. It's like, I can't believe they released that game. It's so bad.
Yeah. I really look forward to like G2E because I was recently at IGT and some of the games I saw there just blew my mind. Yeah. Like I asked them if I could share it, and they said no. So I'll have to wait till G2E to talk about it. But they have taken it to the ultimate level. Like it's insanity. I was in shock completely.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while that IGT is kind of poised for a nice comeback in terms of the hardcore slot players. I mean, I think they're like the biggest manufacturer, so it's not like they need our help.
Yeah.
But their games were not appealing to a lot of us hardcore gamblers. And now I think they're going to enter a prime where they're going to kick everyone's ass. Right now, I think Konami's putting out some of the best games.
Okay.
But I feel like IGT is close, and they're poised for a nice comeback.
What are your favorite Konami games?
Favorite Konami games? Probably the Gypsy Fire and its clones is really up there. You know what I love about Konami is kind of every game has, like, once you play it for 5 minutes, you know exactly how you're going to make your money on that game, right? Not like Elvira, where you sit down and you're like, how do I ever make money on this? Never going to happen. Like with the Konami games, most of them, you know right away how you're going to make your money. And some of the newer ones, they're trying to copy that whole top box progressive thing, and I hate those. I hate top box progressives. But I feel like Konami's best right now. IGT is poised. And I know you said you were excited.
I've always found IGT to be my favorite one, I think, overall. I don't know why. For some reason, I just go towards them a lot. I don't know.
So you're saying you like IGT even now with a lot of their low volatility titles?
Yeah. See, I am really guilty because about knowing which machine is by which company. I'm not very good at that. I just don't pay attention to it. I just play what looks like fun and what people tell me to play. They're like, play this game, play that game, and I'll just play them.
Right.
But I've not been very good about knowing the names. And so once I was talking with one of the companies, and they're like, so which one of our games do you like the best? And I was like, oh God. I had no idea. It's like, oh, I love them all. They're just so much fun. Like, yeah, I'm bad with names in general, though. Like, including the movie titles. You know, like you just learn.
Yeah. You know, you said you were.
Okay, I'm moving over from tea to wine now. Hope you don't mind. I'm drinking on your channel. Is that okay?
No, please feel free. I'm having my coffee with.
I'll usually finish my live stream with a glass of wine or something, and I couldn't do it because I had to do this one. So I'll just drink during yours.
You mentioned.
I'm sure you're drinking right now too.
Yes, I am. Coffee though. I don't really drink alcohol. Maybe once or twice a year, but not often.
Oh yeah, me too. Same.
Somehow I don't believe that one. So you were talking about G2E. My frustration with G2E the last couple of years is there's been so many games that I've seen there and gotten excited for that have not made it to slot floors. Like, where are they? Right?
Like what?
Like Goonies looked amazing last year, and I was.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I saw it. Last week. It's gonna be. Oh, I think it said at the next quarter it'll be out.
See, but they showed it off over a year ago. I kind of expect.
Oh, I know, but didn't Simpsons do that too? Wasn't that like a couple years in the making?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the games you're not seeing for like 2 years outside. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't think it's their goal to show you 2 years in advance. I think they intended it to come out that following year, but something happened, or they tested it in the market and people hated it, or something happened. I don't know.
They have all these regulatory hurdles they need to jump through. But still, like, when I see the Goonies game and I get excited for it, but then it doesn't come out for 2 years, kind of my hype is gone.
Yeah.
But you know, I get it.
No, Seinfeld is another one that was out last year at the G2E, and I haven't heard about it since.
Exactly. I didn't look that good either, though, for being honest.
Yeah.
Did you see anything that you really were excited for?
Not really. I mean, there was we talked about it today, that country singer.
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
You were excited.
I was at G2E when Tim McGraw came down from the ceiling.
Oh my God.
And then he signed the front of the slot machine. I was like, oh wow. I'm not a country guy. It meant nothing to me, but for some reason I was looking forward to that one, and I've lost every time I played it.
It's not a bad game, but again, it's I don't know. I don't see the appeal in the Game of Thrones, Big Bang Theory, and now Tim McGraw. I don't like the way the 3 reels is set up. So one, it's really like impossible to film.
Have you seen The Voice?
Yeah, of course.
The slot machine, The Voice?
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about the show.
Sorry, I should have finished that sentence off. First of all, hey, Erica.
Hi, Erica. Hey, McLavin. Goonies never say die. Yes, sir.
I just tried out The Voice last week. And
where is it out?
It's not out anywhere yet. But it was like in a lobby to test it out. And it was amazing. And I told them, it's an IGT game. I told them, this is my favorite slot machine right now. Like, not only the game was amazing, but also the setup, because it wasn't one of the really tall ones, and it wasn't one of the ones that like curves all the way around you. There was one single screen that curves though. It curves. It curves. It's not like flat like the Willy Wonka one. It's a little curved thing, and then there's another one on top. But the action's not up there, it's down here. And the bonus is out of this world. The wild symbols are amazing. So basically the wild symbols are the chair that turns around. So the chair will turn around and be a wild. And then in the bonus, the chair turns around and will give you a multiplier. And that was it was amazing. And there's sticky wilds too. The whole reel becomes sticky wild multiplier. So good.
That's awesome. Hey, Amber, thank you for the Rudy's love. Thank you, Brian's Rudy's.
Thanks, Jessica.
Brian, you're coming to SlotCon, right? You mentioned that last week while we were talking.
I most definitely am coming. Yes. What are the dates again?
August 17, 18, 19, 2018. So they're almost exactly 1 year from now.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Yeah, literally. It's like in 2 days, it'll be a year, or tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. And you know, like I said, you're a big reason why it's happening, so you should be there.
So you're welcome, everybody. He's blaming me, but everyone's thanking me.
that pretty much is how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
fun.
That's
right. Actually, Lori Ripley just said that there's a new Ellen machine that came out last week. Have you seen it yet?
I have not. Where's it at?
I know San Manuel's the only one in California to have it. I saw it on their site. I haven't been there yet, so I don't know.
Hi, Christy. Go ahead, sir.
But apparently it's pretty fun. Hockey Club 19 wants to know if you can donate money and how to do that.
Here, you click the little $sign. You send a super chat, sir.
It's right beside the comment.
Sorry?
So I was saying right beside the comment areas where the $sign is.
Yeah, right below the comment sign. We'll open it up to questions, guys, in about 12 more minutes.
We're on the schedule.
Huh?
In about 12 minutes and 35 seconds.
About exactly 12 minutes, yeah. I'm not OCD either, I promise. But
okay, I'll be good and drunk by then. It's all good.
So is Cosmos still your favorite strip casino?
I think it probably is for the time being. I've just opened myself up to the Win. I just started posting a couple videos from there. I've only played there one day for like 6 hours. But I'm going to be staying there a little bit, so I'll obviously be playing there. I'm liking it.
I like the Win. I really like the Win. I think you'll enjoy it there. They're very generous with their comps, I've found.
Okay, good.
Hey, a tree's gone wild one. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat, sir. So besides Cosmo and Win, do you play anywhere else when you're in town?
Let me see. I play at Cosmo, Win. I mean, I'm very stock. Like I'll literally just play where I'm staying, right? For the most part. So I was just at Monte Carlo. I didn't even leave the casino, really. And then, oh no, I did go to Aria for like a second. I'll stay at MGM. I used to stay at Caesars. I might try them again in the future. But I only like to play at places that allow me to record.
And he said, "This one's for you, VLR." Thank you so much, Rod. Oh, he couldn't let the Rudies be the only one giving us $5. Thank you, sir.
Very cute.
Oh, there's Brian with the 1 cent interest. Thank you, sir. Anyway, I cut you off. I'm sorry. Go on. I was going to ask, my follow-up to that was, you don't play anywhere that doesn't explicitly allow filming, right?
Yeah, I don't want to promote companies or casinos that won't allow me to record, because, I mean, if I'm going to give them free publicity, then You know, why would I play there if they're gonna? I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of channels will still do that, and usually it's mainly because there's nowhere around them that allows it, right? So they do it anyways. But when you have options like we do on the strip, then why would I go to a casino that doesn't allow it? I don't know. That's just how I feel. I know not everyone feels the same way.
Right. No, I go wherever just because I like new variety in terms of slot selection.
Right.
You know, so I get really bored if I go to the same 2 casinos all the time. So I kind of have to go everywhere. But you have more options in California. Pretty much every Native American in Southern California allows it now, right?
That I cannot answer because I literally just play in San Manuel like 95% of the time. I went to Pachanga last week and they allowed me to record. And then I've been to Harrah's Rincon, and I never got an official answer, but they allowed me to record while I was there.
Oh.
But outside of those, I've only played at Morongo once, and that's it for Southern California.
Interesting. Michael Hetrick says the new IGT Ellen is called Sharing the Love, and it was first live at the Shada Casino in Louisiana, first time in the country. He's got a live play it on his channel, guys, if you want to check it out. Thank you for the $5, mister. So when usually, like, when I get caught recording, which isn't often anymore, mind you, even the casinos that don't explicitly allow it, I've noticed that over the past year, I've rarely ever been stopped anymore. And I don't try and hide or anything. You know, I hold up my camera. I'm loud as hell, obviously. Yeah. And they really haven't bugged me. So I think the industry itself is turning around. It's just going to take a little more time till they explicitly allow it.
The way I think it is the younger that the management is, the quicker they are to allow it. I feel like oftentimes the casinos I'm talking to that don't allow it, they're just really run by older people who don't understand social media and millennials. And
yes,
and not just millennials, because even my parents have smartphones these days, but like millennials in particular, we Snapchat, we tweet, we're always sharing, Instagramming what we're doing, and to not be allowed to do that is just,
it's crazy, right? Yeah, the world,
especially when they're trying to attract the younger generation.
Exactly. Jason says, please show your face VLR one time, I beg you. Sorry, Jason. You got to come to SlotCon next year. But I promise I will by then. And I'm actually thinking about doing like a face reveal video to coincide with SlotCon, or like right before it or something. But I haven't decided exactly the timeline. So
I just had a great idea for you. Can we do this?
Uh-oh. I don't like that laugh.
Okay, here's my idea that you have to do. You're going to do a video, and you're going to show 50 snapshots of men's faces, and everyone will have a number beside it. Everyone has to guess who they think is you, and you're going to be one of those 50 people.
50? Wow.
10 then. 10. Whatever.
So like a lineup. Yeah. Here's 9 criminals and VLR. Can you pick him out?
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Thank you, Mr. John White, for the $5, sir. Appreciate it very much. That's really funny. Now, see, you're very comfortable with people, and somebody mentioned in chat earlier that you're an actor, and that's kind of your, it comes from within, right? That whole being social and sociable and charismatic thing, which I don't really have in person. How do you handle it? Like, let's say you're gambling and like it's a particularly busy day where like maybe 10 people are coming up to you within a short amount of time. Do you get bothered at all? Or do you just love the community and the whole aspect of that?
Well, first of all, I don't get 10 people at a time. I wish I did. I'm not that good, but I'll probably get 10 people in a casino visit, but so it's not crazy. No, I love it. I think it's great. I feel like some people, they're usually really shy, and usually I can always feel them like peering over my shoulder and stalking me for a little while to make sure 100% that I am who they think I am. And they don't always find the most opportune times to introduce themselves. Oftentimes it's, hi, can I have a poker chip?
Oh, is that really how they say hello?
Sometimes, and that kind of rubs me the wrong way. But at the same time, I know that sometimes they feel a little bit nervous, and
right.
So,
and you have to know it's coming from a good place, right? They want your poker chip because they love you. It's not like they could do anything with it.
And I actually prefer that to, hey Brian, I'm your #1 fan. I love you so much, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Would you like a poker chip? And they're like, what's that? And I'm like,
so you don't watch the channel at all.
I guess you're not my #1 fan. Yeah. No, my favorite one still is one guy who was my #1 fan, and I asked him, do you want a poker chip? And he's like, yeah, that'd be awesome, thanks. So I handed him this poker chip, and he's looking at it, he's like, oh, this is so great. So do I just take this to the casino cage to cash it in, or what?
Oh my God.
I wanted to be like, give that back to me.
You should have snatched it out of his hand.
What can you do?
That's really funny. Did he look disappointed when you told him it has no cash value?
I just laughed. I thought it was funny. I laughed it off. I don't think he minded, but yeah. And oftentimes people will actually see me handing out poker chips, and they'll just run over and be like, "Oh, can I have one of those too?" And they don't even know what the hell it is.
Michael Bagman says, you both are amazing in your own ways. My absolute 2 favorites. I love you both. Hi, Brian. Look at that. You get a hi, Brian. I don't get a hi VLR. Michael, I'm just kidding, sir.
You got the money, bitch. Oh, sorry.
Thank you for the $5, sir. Much appreciated. Yep, no hi for me. By the way, my name's Dan, everyone, if you don't know that. If you haven't, it's on the bottom of the slots at station casinos now. So I think most of the people that watch know it. But yes, it's Dan. You know, oh, proud to be a low roller and Rudy, my 2 boys. Oh, thanks, Becca. Becca loves us both equally, Brian.
Good. She did say your name first this time. Hope you're happy with that.
Well,
you know,
I like
VLR always says, you know, we're not in a competition. But then when like stuff like this happens, he's like the first one to say, oh, but you know.
I mean, I think we're competitors, but competitors in the sense that we're you know, competing for views and we're competing for audience size, but we're also in the same community, the same, you know, we make the same types of videos. We're definitely a niche on YouTube that very few people know about. Like when you tell people about our niche, don't like most of them, like their eyes open up real wide and they're like, what? People watch people play slots?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. People think we're nuts. And every time I go to the casino, people are staring at me, and I'll explain to them what we do. And they're like, that's a thing? Like, yes, they think it's crazy.
Exactly. Joshua sent a $5 super chat. He said he's a proud Rudy and a newly minted low roller. Why, thank you, sir. Keep up the good work, guys. We shall try. All right, Brian. So before we open this up to questions, is there anything you want to tell people? Do you have anything coming up that you want to plug?
Do I have anything coming up? Let me think here. I have a trip to Cosmo at the end of August, and in September I'm doing a trip to Lake Tahoe and Reno, and there's some group polls going on for those. So if you want to join them, you can go to briangambles.com.
Awesome. And Jay Mather says, Danny, we want to see you. I just want to say I said my name's Dan, not Danny. I will kill anyone who calls me Danny. Thank you very much. Only my mom and grandma get to call me that.
I didn't know that because someone told me your name was Danny once, and I assumed it was that. But then yesterday I looked back into our chat history, and you signed it Dan. I was like, oh, okay. So I've been calling you Dan, luckily.
Yeah, no, it's Daniel or Dan. Danny.
It was probably Brent that told me to call you that.
Cool. All right, guys, we're opening it up for questions. Me or Brian or whatever you want to ask, feel free. Someone said, VLR, I'm surprised no one's taken your photo. Well, that's something I'm worried about, Barbara. Like, it really bugs me, you know, to have that happen until I'm ready. But, you know, it is what it is. Cameron says, hey, VLR, how about posting videos daily? I don't do live plays, guys. You know, if you've noticed, my videos always tell the story of that day that I went to the casino. And it's really tough for me to do that 7 times a week or even 5 times a week because you don't win enough, right? My bankroll is not big enough to sustain that many videos a week. And that's just the honest truth. Brian does more live plays, and I think that's why you can put up 7 a week. If you had to put up big wins every day, do you think you'd be able to keep up?
No, I would have enough for like a month, and then I'd be done. Like,
exactly.
That's hard, man. That's hard.
And I'm not so sure I want to get into live plays, right? Like I'm not sure that's my thing. You know, you do it really well, but I feel like I'm more of the guy who spazzes out during a bonus.
Yeah.
Gregory,
I'm jealous. I wish, because I wish I could just do that. Maybe I will eventually one day do that, but I enjoy also like the journey, you know,
right,
of not knowing where it's going to take you.
right.
But yeah, like it would be nicer to just relax a little bit and play the game and have fun, and then when you get a bonus, you can share the excitement. Because that's
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm guilty, and I'm sure a lot of people are guilty about watching someone's video like my own and just fast forwarding until you see the word bonus appear.
Right. Right. And they do that. A lot of people do, you know, fast forward to the big wins and stuff. Whatever. That, you know, that's their prerogative. Gregory Brooks sent us $2. He says, "Hi, VLR and Brian. What is the worst game to play?" Ooh, the worst. Whew, that's tough. I don't know if I have a worst. Like, I hate a bunch of games equally, like super low volatility games. You know, Britney Spears, Big Bang Theory. I can't, you know, mostly any licensed game I'm not a fan of. That's why you see very few licensed games on my channel. How about you, Brian? What's your least favorite?
See, all those types of games, I love to hate them because they're fun to me, but I always lose.
Brent says Showgirls is the worst, and he's right. That is a terrible game. Oh my God.
Andre put Plants vs. Zombies. I'll go with that one 100%.
That one's terrible too. Yeah. But you know, Albert's slot channel, right, had a jackpot on Showgirls. So it can't be that bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get a hand pay on any game when it comes down to it, except for Lucky Ponies maybe. But on everyone, you can always get a hand paid, but the chances are nothing.
Albert's slot channel sends $5. He says, "VLR, will you please come to the Cosmo Labor Day weekend so we can play some Pac-Man?" Probably not Labor Day weekend, Albert, but I promise to do it at some point before SlotCon. I promised everyone that I will do kind of live play videos and collab videos with them before SlotCon, as part of the process of you know, getting to be more social. Trees Gone Wild says, "This may be a silly question, but do you guys feel that there's a particular manufacturer that gives you the most love for your buck?" Good question, Brian.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
So when you say bang for your buck, do you mean stretches the longest, or do you mean
that's true
wins you the most money? Right? Because those are two totally different things. If I want to win the most money, I'm going to play the highest volatility game I can find. So we're talking Buffalo Grand, Walking Dead 2, you know, a lot of Aristocrat. You know, you're talking about high volatility. If I want my money to stretch, you know, games like Skyrider and Moon Maiden, which I find incredibly boring, but they are super low volatility games that will stretch your dollar.
Is Skyrider really?
Yeah, absolutely.
It always takes my money pretty quickly.
Has it kicked your butt? Well, you know, low volatility doesn't mean that it can't kick your butt. It just means you're going to get a lot more of those like 20 to 50x wins.
Okay, yeah.
MGRNLF wants to know, what's your craziest casino experience?
I don't know. Crazy casino experience?
Well, you had that lady hit the phone out of your hand.
Well, yeah, I was attacked once by some crazy lady beside me, but
that's a crazy experience.
I mean, I guess that's it. I suppose. I saw a guy once at a casino. Just it was not a very safe casino, but people like bang their machines. We're not talking about rubbing, but like bang, and his fist went right through one.
No way! You saw somebody put his fist through the monitor of a slot?
Yeah.
Why didn't you record that? I would have pulled out my camera so fast.
Well, that was actually before I recorded my play.
Oh, it's before you were doing YouTube vids?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Everyone said, Mom Life says you guys are my favorite. Thank you, Mom Life. Dan, I remember you used to bet minimum. What made you decide to play max bet? I've been getting that comment a lot, like, hey, you're not low roller anymore, and blah, blah, blah. Guys, I still bet between $2 and $3, sometimes $4, you know, but you know, the landscape on YouTube's changed, right? Like I gave that long ass speech at the beginning of the video. Brian kind of changed things where now you have to be more social and you have to put yourself out there. And then a lot of slot channels, a lot of them have you know, increased their bet over time to where I think most people are not enjoying videos where you're betting 50 cents anymore. And I know that's like a really screwed up way, type of YouTube inflation going on, but it just seems to be the case. I think people are just not entertained by 30-cent bets anymore. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone just said, where did they go? Someone wants Brent to live play with his mom. You know, I think Brent, I think someone thought I was you the other day. Yesterday, they were like telling me that I was playing with my mom the other day, and I don't know. I was like, I don't think. No, my mom was in another country, actually.
Mac, Jay wants to know: do you pay your taxes right when you get your hand pay, or at the end of the year? I pay at the end of the year, sir, because then you're able to deduct your losses from your winnings. I never have them take out the taxes. I do it all myself at the end of the year.
And you know what else? Like, I've only lived in the States for 2 years, and when I first got here, I had a hand pay, and I told them, I'm like, take the money, take the taxes now, so I don't spend it, because I didn't know any better. And at tax time, I was getting that money back. It took me 1.5 years to get that money back.
Wow!
Literally 1.5 years.
Wow!
It was ridiculous. Like, I didn't understand what was going on, and it's like they're just getting all the interest from it. It doesn't make any sense to us, you know. So it's better just take it, unless if you win like 100,000, maybe at that point you might want to.
No, you should still always do it at the end of the year, but
as long as you're responsible.
As long as that's the point I was gonna make, because it's very easy to be like, what's 5 more grand, and then all of a sudden that winnings are gone, and tax time comes, and you're like, holy crap, I owe Uncle Sam 30 grand.
Oh gosh, no thanks. Okay, native, it's taken care of, my friend. It's gone. It's done.
Mark wants to know,
Ryan,
why can't we see VLR
coming up? Nothing coming up, my friend.
What happened?
Sorry, Nate said, Brian, any acting gigs coming up? I have nothing lined up, unfortunately.
Well, you went on an audition yesterday, right?
Well, I've had a couple auditions, but that's the life of an actor, is that you do a lot of auditions and you book nothing, or you book one. Like, you generally like you do 10 auditions, you get called back 5 of the times, and you book 0.5% of the time.
Right.
That's right.
Have you thought now that you've got, you know, a good sizable audience on YouTube, have you thought about doing skits and stuff for your channel? Like showing off your acting prowess? Yeah, doing like skits, or doing like little montages or something of you know, acting out a scene. Things like that.
Not really. The one thing I have contemplated doing is making like fake commercials at the casino.
Oh, okay.
Like fun little stupid things just to like post in between some videos. I don't know.
Do you know,
I haven't done it yet, so maybe
I would love it if you were like in a casino going from like machine to machine. On this machine, Mary won an $8,000 jackpot last week, but soiled herself. You know, you know.
Like I could do maybe a commercial video on how to rub the machine the right way or something.
Somebody did that video. Somebody did a video on how to win at slots, and it was all about how to rub it. And this was years ago. I don't remember anymore, but it's been a long time. That it was hilarious. Like the whole rubbing the screen thing, the banging on it, what other rituals are there? Oh, the cashing the ticket out and putting it back in.
Oh, that's a popular one. People love to do that as well.
Manny does that.
it does affect what the outcome is going to be, because the timing is different. But
it changes your timing, absolutely. But I think people think that it changes like the machine in any way. It does not, but it does change your timing. And sometimes you're just on a bad run, right? Like you're just, for whatever reason, the machine's on this cold streak, and sometimes anything that helps.
Yeah.
I hate it when a machine goes that cold. Do all big wins get paid in cash only, or check if too large? That's Linda wants to know. Linda, so the way it works is most hand pays, like, you know, the 10, 20,000 or less, you get all cash. And you can ask for, if it's a regular jackpot, you can ask for it in cash. But if it's a wide area progressive, usually what they do is they'll give you $20,000 the day you win it, And then while they verify, because they need to verify that you actually won and nothing malfunctioned. And then once they verify it, they'll give you like an annual check for the rest. And I believe a lot of them are paid over 20 years.
Yeah, so you have the option when you win like $1 million jackpot to get it paid out all at once or over 20 years. And if, say for instance, it's $1 million, to get it all paid at once, one slot company, I asked them this question, they said you'll probably get about $350,000 of that, or get it paid equally over 20 years. So for me, I'm like, give me 20 years.
20 years.
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have 300 grand now, but it'd be nice to also live comfortably for 20 years as well.
And not worry about it.
Yeah. Shannon says, Brian, did you and SD Guy do a video together? Saw someone say that. No, we haven't. I've never actually met him. I hope I do one day. That'd be awesome.
SD Guy is very slippery. It's hard to it's hard to pin him down.
What does that mean? Slippery.
Well, he is.
Bachi wants to know what kind of camera we use. I use my iPhone 7. What do you use?
I use my S7 Galaxy.
Is that the one that blows up?
No, that was the Note 7. That was the Note 7. I was actually going to upgrade, and then, yeah, they were blowing up. And the S7 Edge is wonderful, though. Are you happy with your phone?
I am, but I'm at the point where I said this during my live stream, where I'm considering switching over to Samsung, and the only reason is I hate copycats, and I feel like iPhone is a complete copycat of Samsung. Like every single version that comes out, like it was recently leaked what the new iPhone's going to have, and they're like, it's going to have this feature, this feature, this feature, and all of them they said that the Samsung already has, and it's like, why don't I just have a Samsung phone then?
Right. No, I mean.
I stuck with iPhone years ago, and I've just always kept with it because I have like a Mac computer, so it made sense to me, you know?
Right. No, I love my Samsung, man. It's a great phone. It does everything I need it to. Becca says, do you ever take your card out when you bonus? Thank you for the $2, Becca. I never take out my card. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't, guys. Always leave your card in. Now, if you're going in to play for like 20 minutes, you know, don't use your card. But if you're there to gamble, like always leave your card in. Those comps are very important. I mean, that's
yeah, absolutely. And I always help people out as well. The only time I don't have my card in is when I forget.
or when it malfunctions and you don't notice. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I've been playing for an hour at max bet. And
yeah, if I'm in the high limit room, especially if I'm doing like $20 a spin in the high limit room, and then at the very end, I'm going to grab my ticket and I look over and the thing's like flashing red, like it didn't read my card. Oh.
It's the worst feeling, right? It's awful. Tar Brehan gave us $1. Thank you, sir.
Chal Denise says, Brian, how are those vegan chocolate muffins? They were amazing. I literally went grocery shopping yesterday, and I'm like, I'm trying to be healthy and vegan. I'm vegetarian right now. I'm trying to be vegan. And so I just typed in vegan muffin recipe, and the first one that popped up, I'm like, okay, so I bought all those ingredients, and it's really good.
Andrea Golick. Andrea, am I saying your first name right? She wants to know. She's a low roller, by the way. Thank you very kindly. She said, at SlotCon, did we get a free dinner, at least for being a Patreon subscriber? So the way I have it planned right now, guys, and things will change, right? As we've noticed, it's kind of fluid, and I'm learning as we go here with SlotCon. But the way I have it planned right now is the first night, anybody who's on any level, Andre, got it, Andre. Anybody who's on any level, you know, $5, you can come. There will be snacks. You know, I'm trying to see if I can afford an open bar. Right now, it looks very cost prohibitive, but it's possible. We might have an open bar. You know, and we're all going to hang out. We're going to have a Q&A with Brian and the other YouTubers that are coming. You know, and then dinner is still up in the air if you know, I'm going to be able to afford to make it available for everyone. You know, it's clearly going to be for the people who have signed up for the early ones, but I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be able to afford to pay for everyone to eat. What are you laughing at, Brian? I see you giggling over there.
Sorry, I'm reading comments. It's really fun. I was just saying that like open bar. I'm like, yeah, it's an open bar. Go down to the casino floor and get free drinks.
Yeah,
Easy
but
Life
it's
says
different,
I'm
right?
having Easy Life says I'm having vegan peanut butter and jelly tonight. It's one of my favorites.
Vegan peanut butter and jelly.
I mean,
are you totally vegan, Brian?
I'm on the path right now. So right now I'm vegetarian, and I'm no longer buying any non-vegan food for my house. So I'm just finishing off like the things in my fridge that I have. Like I have an old butter and whatever else, and I'm trying. But let me tell you, being in Vegas was really hard this past weekend to try and find vegan food. It was not easy to do.
I gotta say, I admire that. I've been wanting to go vegan for a long time.
Yeah.
I just don't have the discipline to give up meat, man. Like, and I want to do it. I have nothing against eating meat. I have everything against our factory farming, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I would like, the reason I want to stop eating meat is because I hate the way we treat our animals. But it's so hard to quit, dude. It's,
yeah.
Especially if you want to.
Everyone does it for different reasons. Like, my reason is mixed with that, but it's also we don't even know what the heck we're eating. I don't even know why we're talking about food now, but we don't even know what we're eating. Like when you order a hamburger, all I can envision in my head is like pesticides coming out of it. Like when I take a bite into it, or like when you eat a hamburger at McDonald's, that burger meat came from like 1,000 different cows all in one. Like I just can't. Don't get me wrong. I love the smell of meat. I miss steak, If I lived on a farm where I raised my own everything and they were grass fed, I would
totally, yeah. I have no problem with that. Like it's one thing where man has a relationship with animals for food. It's another thing when we torture them and treat. Anyway, we're getting way too deep for a slot chat.
And Scratchin77 says, "Now I want a burger."
We're getting far too deep. Tony wants to know, Brian and Dan, how old are you guys? Brian?
I'm old enough to gamble.
Sorry, are you not going to tell us? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't tell my age. I'm over 21. That's all I say. And I'm married, and I've been with my partner for 14 years. So just do the math, and you can figure out something.
McGlavin Sloggasm says, we gave up meat in our house this year. Good for you, dude. Good for you. I really want to do that. I really do. It's hard.
You know what? It's actually not that hard. Like, honestly, being vegetarian is so easy. I mean, I can say that because I only would eat like meat once a week, but avoiding meat is really easy to do. It really is. There's options on every menu, but
yeah, the problem is the imitation chicken and things like that. They taste delicious, but because they're imitation and they're processed, they have way more sugar than they should.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I won't go to a restaurant and order something that is like sounds like chicken, that's not chicken. Then I feel like again I visualize like chemicals coming out when I take a bite of it. You know what I mean? But like I'll have a veggie burger which is made with like all vegetables, as long as it's not like horrible like just soybean crud all around it. I don't know. Let's get off of the food topic.
Sure. Dexter Dan wants to know, hey, Brian and Vegas VLR, can you explain how taxes work for gambling for us American or for us international viewers? Essentially, if you live here, you win a HANDPAY or anything over $1,200, the government wants its cut, and you got to give them their cut. But if you file at the end of the year, with your normal income tax, you can deduct what you've lost from the HANDPAYs you've gotten. And a couple of years ago, there was talk at the IRS. They wanted to change it to where you'd be taxed on all your winnings at the casino.
Sorry, you cut out. You'd be taxed on what?
All your winnings at the casino. So like based on what you lost or won that day, each day would be an independent. Like they were really trying to screw gamblers over, and I'm glad it didn't pass. But that was being discussed at the IRS a couple of years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah. So bottom line, everyone move to Canada whether you don't get taxed.
Lindsay wants to know, how old are you, VLR? Well, Brian won't say, but I'm turning 40. In 2 weeks, I turn 40.
Exciting.
Then that's kind of why I held SlotCon around August 17th. My birthday is September 3rd. First time probably people are hearing that. And I turned 40 this year.
Aw.
Frank wants to know, VLR is huge, right? Yes, sir. I'm a fat gentleman.
Oh. I was like shaking my head like, yeah, he's huge, but I wasn't meaning like that.
I like Brian was just nodding along, and then he hears me go, I'm a fat gentleman. He goes, oh, Lord.
No, I meant he's huge in the YouTube world. Oh, I feel like a dick now.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a great question.
Okay.
Why don't you answer this one? How do you control your gambling addiction?
That's an excellent question, Mr. King Cobra. So what's really important at first is to only take cash with you, right? Your gambling budget is $300. Leave all your ATMs at home. Leave your credit cards at home and just take your cash. And then what you'll find after you've done that, 10, 20, 30 times, that you can start taking your ATM with you, because now you're like, hey, my money's gone. But you know what? I'm going to come back in a week. I'm going to come back in a month. I'm going to come back in 6 months. I don't need to go pull more money and go above my budget. Budget smart, stick to it, and it's really easy. Is that how do you do it, Brian?
Personally, for me, it helps to have Marco because we have a shared bank account, so I can't get away with anything. And he keeps me in check. And so I am given a specific, I don't want to say I'm given, I have a self-imposed entertainment budget when I go to the casino. That it's a certain amount of money that I will only spend for my entertainment, and that's it. And when that's gone, it's gone. And that guy who, when he goes to Vegas, and I've told people to do this, by the way, but I haven't done it yet, is when you go to Vegas to bring like 5 or 6 envelopes, and on each envelope write down Saturday AM, Saturday PM, Sunday, and just open an envelope for those times. And when that's gone, you're done for that time, and you go relax,
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. Like, you just have to stick to a budget, and your budget from in advance needs to be well within your means, right? Your budget has to be not just after your bills, after you've put money in savings, like your emergency savings fund, after you've put money in your retirement fund. Like, your gambling money should be outside of every other thing that you do, and then is your entertainment money, and do with it what you want. Like, nobody should be able to tell you what to do with that money, but you need to plan. Like, there's a reason I've been on YouTube 5 years, and I've never gone broke, never went crazy and started betting way higher than my means. You have to gamble within your means. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Like, I think the people that have trouble are the ones that don't stick to a budget. They're like, oh, my $500 went in an hour and I'm not satisfied. Let me pull 500 more. Guess what? Odds are that 500 more is going to go in half an hour too. So don't do it. Go back in a week, go back in 2 weeks, and you'll be so happy. You'll be like, I'm glad I didn't pull money last time, because now I have the budget to go tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, I don't really go to concerts and extravagant things like that. Some of my friends will spend $500 on a ticket to go see someone that they love to watch, So instead, that money that I would spend for that goes to the casino instead, and that's my entertainment. Right.
It's entertainment. That you're literally paying for entertainment at the casino. And it's a lot of fun. Like, there is something to be said about the rush you get when you win big.
Yeah.
And I'd rather do that than, like you said, go to a concert or whatever. My only one thing that I still do is I go to comedy shows. I can't help it. I love comedians. You love Louis C.K. and Bill Burr, and so anytime they're in town, I need to go see them. It's a ritual. Yeah. But other than that, it's a fun little entertainment budget. All right, guys, we are wrapping things up. 5 minutes to 7. Any last questions before we go? You better type them now or forever.
That's right, Becca. We have 600 people watching and only 234 likes. Come on, peeps. Give us some love.
Wow. I get a lot of dislikes on my videos, and I think it's because there's a small percentage of people I really annoy.
Yeah, no, dude, me too. I mean, literally, I'll put up a thing that I'm going live in 10 minutes. And when I hit the live button, I've already got 10 dislikes before it even started. C'est la vie. What can you do?
I kind of get a kick out of it. I'm like, you know, if I bother you that much that you want to hit that little arrow,
Yeah.
do you be happy, you know?
Someone wants to know what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a Pinot Noir. It's from Santa Barbara.
All right. Last question. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the last question? Go ahead. Type it down.
Hurry up. I'm almost out of wine.
He's almost out of wine, people. I don't know the answer to that, Doug, so that's not going to be the last question.
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay. Go for it. You picked the last question.
No, but no, it's your channel. You go ahead. Sorry.
No. All right. Has anyone told you sound like Seth Rogen? Yeah, I get that every day in the comments.
I never thought of that. That's true.
Every day. Hey, it's Seth Rogen. And then there I have one viewer. He's like, every day he just comments, hey, Seth Rogen, I loved your video today. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming. Brian, thank you for coming.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
A lot of fun. Thank you, everyone. If you want to support Brian, join the Rudies. If you want to support me, join the Low Rollers. If you want to see us both, come to SlotCon next year. All right, guys. See ya.
Bye, guys.